Well, in my profession, I help individuals and businesses plan and execute financial strategies that are successful.
If you have an income and you're single, up to $29,500 or $59,000 if you're married filing jointly. You can get a credit up to $1,000 for single or up to $2,000 for a couple if you gave to a retirement plan. People say all the time, well, they know that they live in a state that has state income tax. Of course, you can write that off. But what if I live in a state that doesn't have a state income tax? What type of benefit is there for me? It's different strokes for different folks. If McDonald's does one thing, BK does something, Taco Bell does something else. It should be privatized so each of them has their own guideline to follow. Got to look at the reality of where we are with that many people on food stamps already. You can't add that to an already overwhelmed system. You just can't do it. And, you know, if Barack was here right now, I'd say, listen, buddy, we have to change the policy.
That's right. That's how a superhero learns to fly.
We've got a couple of figures here that people really need to figure out. Number one is unemployment. You know, what the government tells us unemployment is and what it really is are obviously two different figures. I mean, the real unemployment rate, we call it, is, you know, doesn't count people who have been looking for work longer than 6 months, and of course for people who have just stopped, you know, the workforce completely. You know, so you look at that and you say, okay, wow, is the government setting the 6.5% unemployment rate? Does that really mean anything? Listen, at the end of the day, if this goes through, right, if we do get this, there's only one way you pay for that, which is to pass it through to the four of us sitting here. So my dollar,
or replace that worker with automation.
Oh, absolutely. And then you've got, you know, then you lose the whole purpose of it, because now we've got someone who at least had a job, and whether or not that they're, you know, 18 years old starting out or they're 45 years old and this is what they do for a living, they're now on the streets, and now we have a whole different issue to deal with their lack of income. You have to look at the economy in particular, right? You have to look at things that are already set in motion and things that now are happening no matter what Obama does. You know, we've got unemployment figures and we've got an S&P and a Dow that are doing their own thing. Yes, he's trying to shape it. He's trying to make moves either way, but I'm going to tell you now, you know, we're a very egocentric country. It used to be when, you know, when the old joke was when the U.S. sneezed, the world got a cold. Now, when the U.S. sneezes, the world goes, here's a tissue. You know, we don't need you as much, right? Now, if it's money, it's $250 or more, you'd have to prove with some type of documentation from that charity, right? Correct, some type of receipt. Now, if it's time, all of your expenses within that time can be deductible as well. So your meals, your travel, in fact, up to 14 cents per mile can be deducted while you were doing work for that particular charity.
The Dow and the S&P, do they or do they not, Christopher, forecast their belief in where the overall economy is headed in about the next 6 to 12 months?
And they do. And I will tell you that I guess it's a bit foreboding that we've seen a 500-point drop 3 days prior to, you know, the president's speech. You know, that being said, a lot of people saw this correction coming. I mean, we were way overbought and oversold on the Dow and the S&P. So there were a number of things that were happening there that simply we had to retract. We had to come back a bit just for the health of the economy. Plus, you've got people taking profits. Now, remember, this is a tough one, so you need to keep the who, what, when, where, and why.
You need receipts.
Absolutely. Be sure you have those in case of the old dreaded audit.